What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Getting a late start to today's video. It's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon here, I think. Yeah, it's 4:16. I gotta go over to Starbucks right now. We have no Wi-Fi in the current spot right now, in case you guys are wondering why I'm always going to coffee shops, which honestly, it's kind of half for the Wi-Fi, half because I like drinking coffee. Hopefully I can finish up yesterday's upload though. I still need to sit down and edit that video, and then we're gonna go to the shop, meet up with Captain Klug. He's gonna go over a setup, excuse me. And then he pretty much, last night I did a really terrible job of filming most of his install for the Hydro e-brake setup he's doing. He's got to finish up a couple things right now. He's with one of his buddies, Josh Mason. He's welding up some knuckles for our buddy Rodney, who's in the Rice Gang, which I still need to get you guys a good introduction, everybody, because I kind of showed you guys a brief little dinner with everyone, but I haven't actually gone through and show you everybody, what they drive. Kind of what their talents are, because everyone in Rice Gang is such a unique individual and they all bring out different things. And it sounds like there might be plans after we go to 9K and Derek finishes up with his car. So there's a lot to do. Got to get going right now and get this editing over with and hopefully upload the video before Derek calls me to go to the shop. Finally getting over with unpacking. Still got a bunch of stuff to sort. Hopefully next week I'm gonna be able to go pick up some furniture from IKEA too, which I'm super stoked about. As I said before, I don't have a bed right now. I'm just sleeping in a sleeping bag on hardwood floor, which it's okay. I mean, I got a roof over my head. There's people out there who don't have a place to sleep at all, so I'm just appreciative. But I'm gonna be stoked to get a desk. I'm gonna be stoked to get a bed. And then eventually soon we're gonna get Wi-Fi, so I don't have to keep doing these road trips to get you guys these videos. All these great things are coming together. It just takes a lot of time and a lot of money, but I'm excited. Also, before I forget, don't forget to follow Suds Bucket, enter the giveaway. I'm gonna list some instructions in the description how you can enter the giveaway. We're giving away a free box of like car wash stuff. It's like $50 worth of stuff. You're gonna get like car shampoo, there's degreaser, there's a chamois, there's a sponge, all sorts of stuff. It's a monthly subscription box for car wash materials every single month. We're giving away a free box, so the giveaway ends at the end of the month. I'm gonna try to remember to plug it in every single video, but sometimes I forget. Go check it out. It literally takes 2 seconds of your time, and it's $50 that you could win. Well, it's about $40, $50 worth of material, so I highly suggest for 5 seconds of your time, the return is definitely worth it. There's a coffee bean by my house. I always go to Starbucks, so instead of going to Starbucks, I decided to get coffee bean. It's actually really, really good. Finished up a little bit of editing over at Coffee Bean. Now we're heading over to the shop, meet up with the captain. There's a cop in front of me. I'm not trying to get caught vlogging and driving. We are back in the shop with the captain's rig. He's chopping up more things. Hopefully this time I could have him explain more things, because yesterday I just got him taking off wheels and then he used some brake cleaner and drilled out his e-brake.
I drilled a lot of stuff, and I made some lines, and I cut up some dust shields, and hopefully soon I'll be able to yank this and it'll do something.
It'll do something.
So you would hammer some shit sometimes, because that's where I want to drill my holes. So you do that so when you put the drill bit in it, it doesn't skip around and move, so that way you get like exact drilling miss. I do have a drill press, but it's over there. Yeah, that battery died at like the perfect time.
That's good.
Cressida land. So I made this little plate right here, and I bolted it into where the OEM handbrake is. I'm doing it this way so that way I can knock out my little whatever handbrake thing right here. I'll get rid of that so I can still use it to park, because you don't want to use a hydraulic system for a parking brake. And then I'm going to mount the new e-brake right here, which I know some people are probably like, wow, are you going to confuse them? No, I'm not going to confuse them.
How would you get confused?
I'm a professional. No, some people, I don't know, people are always like, but there's so many things, and like my shifter only goes this far to this far, so there's like no like issues with that. yeah, that's just gonna give me like a lot more leverage.
So Captain's got his gizmo hooked up right now. He's pumping the brake, putting some fluid through. How do you know when to stop? Or, oh, you just watch it?
Well, yeah, you want to make sure that you don't bleed the master dry when you do this, but
because you can break it, right?
It's here and here, so it's really easy for me to like keep an eye on it as I'm pumping it.
Right.
And as for like when you know when you're done is just when there's no more air coming out the hose that's hooked up to the caliper. Mm-hmm. For me, I've got like, it's just a black vacuum line that I have on there because that's what I had sitting around. But yeah, it doesn't really take very long to do this. And either it'll be done or it won't be done. So
this is Derek's first time installing a hydro. I thought this was like hydro number 5 because he made it seem like he had everything dialed in and everything's always perfect in his car every time he does anything. But it's the first hydro. It's
good. I can already tell by the pressure in the handle now. It doesn't come up as far as it used to.
That's crazy, man. So the Captain's putting on some new pads. He said he's tired of his wheels getting destroyed by brake dust. The only thing Derek's a little concerned of is that these are suspended in the air. It's not actually resting on there, so this vibration could potentially rub on some things, but I don't think it should be too much of an issue, hopefully, but you never know. Both new pads are on both sides of the rear. Really stoked that Derek modified the bracket too so that he could stick with the pull-up style. If you guys watched yesterday's video, you know that he didn't really want to do like the pull style. When people have it like more along the dash, it's more traditional style like an e-brake. So it's not so awkward of a motion.
I like to live dangerously. The light comes from like straight down and nothing from like the side.
Yeah.
So you can, like see inside of stuff, and I just never can. Underneath suspension stuff, I've got the excessive bushings as well as the tension rods, which go to my S13 lower control arms. My own modified knuckles that I have on this car, excessive manufacturing extended outer tie rods, X8 inner tie rods, X7 steering rack, and then of course I'll show you up on top all the power steering lines that are all custom done. From underneath you can also see I've got the 44mm tile wastegate.
The purple daddy.
The purple daddy. you can see the ACT clutch that I need to eventually one day make some plates for, so that way you don't just get debris in there. That's a bad thing, don't do what I'm doing. The exhaust is all completely fabricated from me because nobody makes Cressida exhaust because nobody modifies Cressidas. This transmission mount, I made this as well from scratch. The excessive one didn't reach as far back as I wanted to mount the trans in the engine, so I ran out of room, so I had to make my own right here. My whole exhaust is built on V-bands, so it kind of pivots at the front, so I had to build a bracket here to like stabilize it so it wouldn't rock side to side anymore. This is a 4-inch all steel drive shaft, back to a Mark III Supra 4.3, originally VLSD that I ended up welding. Why did you weld the VLSD? Because it was a $70 diff and I wanted to weld it. Otherwise on the back you can see I guess the steel braided fuel lines I should have pointed out that run all the way to the front. My fuel filter is right over here. I basically just took and routed them, my fuel lines, through the exact same way that they did from the factory, but I did it with steel braided lines.
And now he's gonna run E85. Just
no,
kidding.
no!
I'm just kidding. The reason I'm having Derek explain this is because Derek has one of the craziest, if not the craziest Cressida build, I believe, in SoCal that actually is on a track. And there's a lot of details of this car that you guys probably just think it has a JZ and there's nothing else to it, but he's putting a lot of time and effort and creativity into this.
You forgot money. There's a lot of money involved.
Yeah, okay, a lot of that too. Money and time. This is Greg, the fabricator, the mastermind behind 9K Racing. We can fabricate.
So I've got R1 concept slotted and drilled rotors. They're Z32 rotors, Z32 brakes. I just put the EBC red stuff pads on it. S13 to Z32 steel braided lines. I'll show you like the steering angle on it real quick. So this is with my knuckle. So that's locked one way, and you see it rotates okay. And then heading all the way over another way, and then there's locked that way. So it's not exactly like a zero Ackerman setup, but it's pretty close. Definitely very low Ackerman. I guess we head to the back, what I've now done. These are Brembo rotors, 1985 Honda Civic calipers for my dual caliper setup, and then I have the sock brakes back here with StopTech brake pads. Probably won't open.
You think so? Oh, it opened.
Alright, so obvious stuff. I've got the T67 Gruddy turbo, the DEI pulverized lava rock, whatever.
Oh, the turbo blanket.
The turbo.
At first I was like, wait, what are you talking about, lava rock?
Yeah, it's actually like, they like say it on their like websites, like pulverized volcanic matter or something, and I don't know, it does a great job though. You can have this car on and running and touch the turbo and it doesn't hurt. It's awesome. Other than that, I've got the 780cc injectors. It's on a Power FC D-Jetro standalone. I've got the full steel braided lines for literally everything. My power steering tank is all steel braided. I have a power steering cooler in the front. I've got my oil cooler in the front. Aeromoto fuel pressure regulator. The derail fans. These are 4000 CFM fans. In case anyone who's getting into JZs doesn't know, they like to run pretty warm. These fans do a really great job. I've got a Mishimoto radiator, which, you know, a lot of people get they get heated talking about the Mishimotos, but I haven't had any issues with it to this point, so hopefully keep that going. If not, Koyo, if you're watching this, hit me up. I know like the Mark III Super one fits in here pretty easy, and I will talk later. Also my brake lines over here come up. I made all the brake lines because this car originally came with ABS. I deleted that and plumbed in a Willwood proportioning valve so I can change the brake bias. I actually did mine reverse of how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to do it so that way you increase the pressure and it increases the braking force in the rear of the car. This being a drift car, it's more important that I can, like, you know, left foot brake or whatever, so that the rear tires keep spinning easily, but the fronts maybe control how much I slow down going into a turn or something. So I changed it up so that I can actually increase the braking pressure in the front of the car. So in the car, I've got a ARC 8000 D switch panel. This literally controls everything on my car. Starter, ignition, fuel pump, headlights. I have a washer, I forgot to mention, that sprays. This is, I use windshield washer nozzles in my radiator core support that spray down and spray my radiator in case it's getting too hot in a track day. And then I've also got a manual override for my fans. And then also, if it reaches 180 degrees on the engine coolant temperature, then my fans will kick on automatically and bring it down to 160 degrees. Of course, I've got the BR rev limiter as well. NRG quick release, NARDI steering wheel, drift motion, short throw shifter. It's a Tomei shift knob. I've now got the ASD hydro installed here. And yeah, oh, obviously I got the seats. I got Crow FIA certified harnesses. And I can show you the trunk too. because of course I modified everything in the trunk too. So this is where I have this is the coolant, or the reservoir for the water that sprays the radiator. I mounted it in the rear of the car because it's out of the way, it's tucked away, it's all over the world. The battery bracket is welded down. You can see here, it's along, I actually have it welded inside in the middle of the bracket as well as the front side. And then this is just held on by a few screws right here, but it's a swing open door that gives me access to the fuel pump, because on these cars, especially those older cars, they had a very popular style where you have to drop the entire fuel tank out of the car to get to the fuel pump. And I didn't want to deal with that because I had any issues in the future. So I just cut out the trunk floor and put a door in.
Enjoy your new hydro.
Yeah,
don't get too crazy in the street.
Test kit.
Yeah, don't get crazy. Wow, that was a really loud train horn. I gotta cut today's session short a little bit. Hope you guys enjoy that. Derek's car is super gnarly, like I said. I've been wanting to make a video of his setup for some time. People have been asking me to make one, just because his car is super gnarly. There's not any 1JZ swapped Cressidas other than Rodney's car, the other red one that I hang out with from time to time. And I know that you guys can appreciate a good, solid drift car. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video and want to see more videos of Captain Klug's car sending it at the track, hit the like button, subscribe. We're going to be at Super D, which is an invite-only event at Grange, which he got accepted for. There's also, he's going to be filming for a TV channel really soon. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace out.